Hey, what's going on? It is currently 9:46 in the morning, and I woke up, I think, 8 a.m. or something like that. PST to get revealed. The next 10th anniversary killer is Jason Voorhees, my long awaited slasher I've wanted in Dead by Daylight ever since the closing of Friday the 13th. Now, I have a lot to say and rant and praise about the marketing for this. Um, I'm gonna say out first, this is not hate towards Jason being in DBD or anyone in the DVD community. This is just a personal rant and stating my opinion. But I think as I don't sound happy. I've been wanting Jason for years, and like when I saw him, I was like, yeah, nah, we're getting Jason. But like, I was ready to record me screaming in happiness that Jason finally getting it. And I unfortunately don't have that reaction. It's just my regular monotone voice, like happiness. But I think this was a disaster. I think it's the worst killer reveal in Dead by Daylight history. Not because it's Jason, but just because the way it was revealed was atrociously dog shit, and it needs to be held accountable with behavior. I hate that a lot of people aren't really discussing it right now. I mainly because like Aaron's probably just waking up and stuff to this terrible marketing, and I think people quote unquote not defending but agreeing that this was good are you know I can't, I just can't. I think it's horrible. And obviously I'm saying everything like non-script. This is all my mind because I'm not scripting a video to rant about this. But I'm gonna pop up on the screen. I don't use Twitter, by the way. I just look at this through fucking Google because Twitter's a horrible app to own. And I was going through the DVD thing, looking at it, and I saw a post by Spook and Jukes that said this is personally he thinks it's genius and everything. This reveal, and I hardly disagree because if you look at the whole thing in a perfect universe, this feed should have been like an ARG where every now and then links pop up or mysterious things like pictures that allude to Jason or who it was gonna be. And we had some of that. There was audible noise like the beginning. There was a gunshot. There's dogs barking. There's a biker. There's weird silhouettes in the background. That was cool for a bit, and then things started looping over and over that didn't allude to Jason at all. A lot of it was just random stuff. The only thing that, in my opinion, that alluded to Jason, if you watch the Friday the 13th movies, was the sound of teenagers partying, and at one point was like, I think a truck passing by, or campers. Stuff like that was pretty fine, but everything else was just random oddballs of oddballs that didn't allude to Jason, like the glitching camera. The only thing I can think of that alludes to Jason is just the paranormal sense that Jason has with the dark magic he possesses from the Necronomicon and how he's been reborn. Like in, I think it's believe it's in Jason Goes to Hell. It shows it, but on that, yeah, and we unfortunately don't live in that perfect world where that happens. We live in the world where this marketing went down terribly. And I would like to say is for the people that say, well, they didn't say it was going to be a killer reveal. They said just tune in at 9. I don't know how blatantly stupid you have to be where if you look at the roadmap, 4 days from now is the PTB. And if you're telling people to tune in at 9 and been alluding to this and hyping this up, obviously it's going to be a killer reveal. I don't think it takes two brain cells to think of that and seeing how behavior has done things before. Like, this game is going to be 10 fucking years old. I think we know how reveals work. But I sat here watching this shack for 4 hours of my life, listening to ominous noises and ominous things for nothing to happen after 13 fucking hours to get 50 seconds of a rendered trailer showing, guys, it's Jason. And that was it. And, like, I'm happy it's Jason. Been wanting him forever. I'm gonna play him a fuck ton. I'm gonna make videos on him, of course. I'm on the PTB that's coming this Tuesday, and it's been a slaughter that night. But I think generally, if you think this was a good thing, I personally disagree with you, and arguably, I think the backlash people have faced, because you gotta remember, I think a lot of people in the UK during the time when it started, it was like 3 in the morning. Like Otts, I think it was 3 a.m. for him because I think he's in the UK or somewhere there. He streamed for an hour, nothing happened, and he went to bed. Reasonable. I would not stay up fucking that long, that late at night randomly, just to get dog shit. And like, behavior needs to be held accountable. That was stupid what they did. It's not like that. Like, it was generally like an annoying. It just felt. This is like, why would you tell people to tune in at 9 ET or like EST for nothing to happen for 13 hours besides a bunch of screenshots and one little teaser video that has nothing to do with Jason by just showing Dark Woods and a little bit of what was inside the shack, which was just like guarding shit like tools, a sickle, and all that. Like, yeah, they could have been alluded to previous weapons Jason's used, but like any other fucking killer or slasher could use stuff like that too. Like, nothing alluded to Jason at all until that final thing they showed off. So it was just a disaster. I can't see how people really agree that this was good marketing. It was terrible. And it's just like the first hour I was watching it, I was like, okay, maybe they're keeping up because they started a little late, you know. And then that first tier came out, and I was like, oh shit, you know, maybe we might be getting more in a couple minutes. And then another hour passes by, we get an image, and then 2 hours after that, we get another image. Or no, not 2 hours. I think it was like another hour, and then after that was another 2 hours of just nothing. And then I was like, I played an hour repo with friends, and I just went straight to bed. I woke up to that, and I was a little bit happy. I was like, yay, Jason. And then just disappointment because what could have happened within an hour and a half took 13 fucking hours. And I know it's ironic, a lot of things lead to 13, like the clips they show and all that, but this was the most anticlimactic, not hype, draining theory. It feels like a laugh in the face towards the DVD player base, because if you look at the Twitch page of Dead by Daylight during the time, everyone was streaming. Sorry, it's cough. Everyone was streaming the shack. It was nothing but the shack on the thumbnails, and it was just nothing of insanity for the past couple hours, just watching nothing but the shack. At this point, for the friends I was streaming to, we just started watching Quiet Kills while the stream was running in the background. So we were watching like Double Shack with Quiet Kills being funny as fuck. And even him, after 5 hours, he was like, he gave up. Like, he started trashing like on behavior too, because yeah, you can't just tell your community to tune in at 9, show nothing for fucking hours, and like give people nothing. Basically, that's horrible. It's horrible marketing. It's really not good, especially how DBD is in the current moment, and frustrations people have with the representation of behavior and Dead by Daylight. And then you do this, and like I wish more people like held them accountable for stuff like this. It really does like annoy me. They do stuff like this, people will play it off, and then it's just disappointing. Like, yeah, I know behavior gets a bunch of backlash and stuff, but like, you know, if it's something that needs to be held accountable for, then it needs to. Like, I thought this was really stupid. But I'm happy it's Jason. A little small rant. I'm really extremely tired. I just woke up. I'm like frustrated and happy at the same time. But ultimately, I'm on the side that this reveal was a big disappointment for how it was done. But I'm happy it's Jason. So I'll post the Legion video soon for you guys, and then on the big Tuesday, I will have a video ready for Jason. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out and have a good day.